Wesson jumping up against Dorson. The tip goes to Rutgers in their road reds and Ohio State in the home whites. Williams and Omarui getting the start for Rutgers. A couple of players that have given them not only a psychological boost, but a boost certainly coming off of injuries here on the court. 8 to shoot, out to Dorson, who gets double teamed. And a little 15-footer off the glass for Omarui.
Nice little possession there, Lisa. Move the basketball, find Eugene Omarui, who loves to operate in that 15-foot area. So important for Rutgers tonight to get off to a good start. When they've struggled, they've really gotten blitzed out the gates. Really good to see them get off with a made field goal.
I don't know if you call bank on that, but it could be kind of his night. He's getting his 3rd straight start.
When you have these quick turnarounds, so important. They also rewatch some of the Michigan game. Really a big mental game, mental aspect when you play these quick turnarounds.
Well, the Scarlet Knights, you see there, their strength. If they have a chance here to upset the Buckeyes here at home, they're going to have to get it done defensively. The second meeting between these two teams, the first one coming on January 15th, a 68-46 victory for the Buckeyes. Sanders with the pull-up, too strong. Second chance opportunity. And that is one of the values here for Mike Williams being back in this lineup for Rutgers.
Very good rebounding guard. We're going to see them really crash the glass, but going to be important for them to convert. And right there, you see, you get 3 cracks at it. Rutgers unable to make any of those field goals.
Empty-handed on all 3. It's still leading here 2-1, and a blocking foul, number 1 away from home. Keita Bates-Diop can't hit his first attempt.
It's going to be a really interesting matchup to watch. You got Issa Cham, who's 6'11", really long, going against Keita Bates-Diop. We've seen teams throw guys that can really get into Keita Bates-Diop, make him uncomfortable, crowd him. Let's see if Cham can do just that.
Cham's at 6'10" against Keita Bates-Diop, who's at 6'7" in the first bucket for Williams.
Really a very good start for Steve Pikiell's team. Have to be encouraged. You've got some stops in the defensive end and see the ball go through the hoop. Been an issue at Maryland, down 10-0 to start the game.
Backdoor look to the graduate transfer, getting his first career start. We didn't know how long we would see Andrew Dakic to start this game, but he gets the first field goal here for Ohio State. Shot clock opportunity here for Rutgers. Sanders trying to go to work. Out to Cham with 2 on the shot clock. He's got to let it fly. Issa Cham now 0 for 2 here to start. The triple try will fall for the other senior, Cam Williams, for his first bucket.
How good does that feel for Cam Williams? Had not made a 3-point field goal since coming back from the suspension. Right there, looked confident, rose up with the defender there, knocks that 3 down.
Missed 3 games because of that suspension. Illinois, Purdue, Iowa. Here's Williams again. He's going to spot up, call his own number. Yes, sir.
Cam Williams, not settling for the fast break layup. Going to take the 3. I love it. Showing some confidence there in your jumper.
Would have been 8-0 run in the last minute of play.
Right now you feel like this Ohio State team trying to dial it up on the defensive end, getting deflections, being active. Look where Rutgers is operating. So far out, another deflection. Have to be happy for Chris Holtmann seeing these guys produce in their first starts of the season. Normally guys that come off the bench. And,
you know, senior night can go one of 2 ways. You can get caught up in the emotion, or you can be driven by the emotion.
Well, we see teams all the time come out flat because it can be an emotional night. You're playing your last home game over a 4-year career in this building. So far, so good. See if the Buckeyes can keep that up.
Well, Chris Holtmann has...
In conference, Jamar Butler, a guy that can score in bunches. William Buford as well. Really impressive to see Cam amongst that list.
Oh, nice job for Caleb Wesson to stay with it. He's one of the younger players that you've been impressed with this year.
No, have to be. His skill set, he can go over either shoulder. Nice jump hook. Really got a lot of ability. He's a guy this summer, the weight room is going to be huge for him. Have to be in there all the time, have to eat right. You get your body right, you can be a guy that really is a force in the Big Ten Conference.
Well, he went down early in that Penn State game and with an ankle injury. Good to see that he's not really affected by that. That was a disastrous start for Ohio State in that game. A much better start here today. They go back to Wesson. He gets tied up, and here's Williams on the push. Williams was looking for Chom, and they toss it away. Is without his playmaker, freshman Geo Baker, who is missing tonight. Didn't make the trip, flu-like symptoms. We're told he had even over 103-degree temp here today. He's their second leading assist man, third in points total. Sanders will get it done.
There you go. Transition baskets right now for Rutgers. Back-to-back opportunities. Nice pass by Chom on the look-ahead up to Corey Sanders.
And Rutgers needed that. They had missed their last 4 attempts. Not to mention a couple of turnovers. They like this matchup. Caleb Wesson getting another touch.
Love that he didn't force it there. Pass it out. Repost. Keep running your offense.
Dockage with the kick out to Williams. Pump fake. That's a 2-try. Ooh, he's feeling it.
Sam Williams is playing with confidence right now, and you have to love the fact that he's come out here and made an impact early in this game. When really, we saw him come back from his absence, and he hadn't been that guy. So tonight, really assertive.
Last time lacing it up here at Value City Arena. Of the 4 honored today, he is the longest tenure. A 5th-year senior on this squad. Ohio State only missed a couple of buckets. 5 of 7 to shoot. Tate throws it away. Here's Chomp. A triple try, missing everything for Chomp, but again, Rutgers is...
I didn't think it did.
Sean Freeman is checked in for the first time for Rutgers. Gambino Sa is in trouble. Gets it to Freeman. And it is off.
Had not shot the basketball well. 32% in the last 2 games prior. He's kind of been through some struggles this season. Has not shot the ball as he's been capable of.
Yeah, he was benched for disciplinary reasons in that Northwestern game, but had double-digit rebounds. How about that off the bench? It's Micah Potter. Micah Potter, who's playing time, he did not even play on Sunday against Michigan. One of the first off the bench. Didn't play at all as the back.
Stretch of Big Ten play. You're playing mostly games. As Ohio State did yesterday, you're watching a lot of film, doing a lot of rest and recovery.
C.J. Jackson officially coming off the bench here in this game for senior day. Thought about it. He gets it out to Bates-Diop. And Keita Bates-Diop still scoreless here to start. Chris Holtman has talked about how teams have defended Keita Bates-Diop. That's one way to get him involved. Give the assist to Dockage.
Great job by Andrew Dockage, driving the lane right there, finding Bates-Diop at the rim. Rutgers coming over on the drive. Get your superstar going. Get him an easy basket. See if they can get him going on the perimeter.
Penn State, Michigan have tested him. They've been physical with the second-best scorer in the Big Ten. Now this is the largest lead here for Ohio State. Sanders with his step-back move. Can't get it to fall, and he is 1 of 3 here to start. Sanders again will go coast to coast, so all 2 of his buckets have been on the transition.
Keita Bates-Diop there just a little out of control. Trying to make an impact here. Rutgers doing a nice job swarming it. That's what we've seen the last few games. Just throwing multiple bodies, multiple sets of eyes on a guy that's played at a first-team all-league level all season.
Yeah, he's really had 6 eyes on him at all times. Meaning 3 players kind of always the main scorers when you talk about Tate and...
Tonight, Tate just 2 points, or sorry, excuse me, Bates-Diop 2 points, Tate none. But you look at Ohio State's 17 points, they've spread the wealth to some of those guys that aren't necessarily their main guys.
Yeah, again, 8 of the 17, 2 coming from Cam Williams. couple of three-point makes already in this game. 2 to shoot. Jackson's got to put it up. He's in trouble. Saw was all over it.
And for Buckeye fans, he can make shots. It's just going to clear driving lanes for guys like Jayshawn Tate and Keita Bates-Diaz.
In that second three-point make that he made, you better make that.
Oh, it better go in. If you're going to shoot it, you better make it.
There weren't even a whole lot of rebounders there for him, but he did. He drained it. Step removed from Ensall.
Shooting has been a little bit of an issue for this team. Really a fascinating story. I mean, defensively, they do such a good job. The top half of the Big Ten in almost all defensive categories. And offensively, they've had issues where they just can't score.
Spin move for Wesson and a finish with the right hand.
Well, you love it. He is so good at spinning to the baseline, using his leverage, spinning quickly off the defender there. He's going to be a stud. He's going to be a guy that Buckeye fans really come to enjoy over his 4 years here in Columbus.
And I mean, he's been tested against some of these Big Ten bigs. On Sunday, he had to go toe-to-toe with Mo Wagner. Chong, pump fake, and the soft touch falls.
Just a smart play there by Issa Chong. Cam Williams going to overplay you, take that thing right to the rim.
But
does that, nice pump fake, stays with it, gets the easy 2.
Caleb Wesson, one night you're defending an Isaac Haas, the next night you're defending a Mo Wagner.
No, Nick Ward, I mean, you look at the Big Ten Conference and playing center this season, especially as a freshman, not going to be easy.
Corner try for Jackson, who misses everything.
He hasn't been himself offensively. His last 2 losses, 7.5 points a game, hasn't shot the ball well. He's been such a revelation with this Buckeye offense. Just hasn't been able to get it going.
Triple try for Matt Bullock. Ohio State has hit the 2 3-point makes. Rutgers still 0 for 5 from distance. As Tate looking for his first 2, and that's what he can do, man. He can go right at you. Physicality.
Yeah, he plays with such a high motor. You have to think, as an opposing coach, you know he's left-handed. You got to be telling your guys, if he goes left, come sit next to me, because he just gets there all the time. Really an impressive player, though. He has gotten a lot better in his...
Tonight on BTN. Of course, Nebraska playing tonight after this one. Nebraska and Michigan trying to really battle for that last 4 spots in the Big Ten. With that double bye for the Big Ten tournament coming up. Here's Tate. He goes back-to-back.
Ohio State converting on the second chance opportunity. They've been extremely locked in. We have seen a very focused Ohio State effort on both ends of the floor.
One of the more efficient shooters in the conference. Jayshawn Tate standing at 6'4", one of the more efficient shooters at that height or shorter in the country. Second chance points, Rutgers hasn't gotten any of them. And they haven't been able to convert on their first chance opportunities either. 5 of 18 shooting start for Rutgers. Under 7 to play in this first half. They're going to challenge Tate and leave him open for that 3. Caleb Wesson taking the contact.
You get your buckets on the block, but a guy that can really make a 15-footer. He gives you that head fake. You believe he's going to take it. Nice little drive right to the rim.
And he drew the second foul on Dorset. They'll feed Chong on the block, who turns and faces in short. Only one opportunity there for Rutgers. Ohio State on a 6-0 run. Here's Williams, who's had the hot hand early. He keeps it going. Good to see a player kind of earn their way back.
He's the guy they need. Really do a lot of good things for this Ohio State offense. The senior, he's been through it. Good to see him back.
Sanders still a rough go of it. 2 of 7 now shooting. Oh, Rockets a little alley-oop. That's an athletic finish by Keita Bates-Diop.
It's a nice alley-oop, but that basketball is moving. Side-to-side action there for Ohio State. Good offense again. Really like what they're doing here on the offensive end of the floor.
4 straight buckets for Ohio State has faced really most recently. What does Ohio State do?
He has to be more intelligent about it. I've got a small guy, take him inside. They're going to overplay me, cut back door.
Look out.
Very cerebral guy.
He had that look in his eye, too, when he was talking to us. He said, I got to outsmart the defenses, and that was one way. Backdoor cuts, backdoor looks. Freeman for 3.
Sean Freeman. Again, you see a bucket go in. He gets to the rim. All of a sudden, that rim looks a little bigger. Start getting some confidence up. Sean Freeman, a talented guy in this league. Hasn't shot the ball well this year, but has proven himself over 2 years to be a good player. Williams
with the block and the rejection. Well, that was the 5th three-point make by Freeman, by the way. And Sanders, another transition bucket. And Micah Potter has checked back in for the Buckeyes.
Really important for Ohio State to just keep running good offense. Can't help Rutgers. They've struggled to score in the half court. Let them get their heads up, kind of get back in this game with turnovers. Now we're going to see Rutgers go zone.
Potter can't get it. But that's the kind of game Rutgers would like to keep it in, is in the half-court game, 5-on-5.
And also, you really keep the ball out of the hands on that possession of Keita Bates-Diop. They'll take Micah Potter shooting jump hooks all night.
This is a Rutgers team that's not afraid of going toe-to-toe with some top 25 competition as Chom hits the turnaround.
Well, Chom's a tough matchup. He's 6'11". Steve Peichel told us, look, he's my best post player. And he's really worked at it. Got a nice hook with both hands, and there takes advantage of his size.
Chom is a Senegal native, and Peichel even said he's not only speaking the English language better, he's speaking my language, my basketball language, a little bit better. Bates-Diop, 10 times 3 players helping out just on one play.
He is getting the star treatment from this Rutgers defense. No easy looks at all tonight.
Air ball for
that left-hand dribble pull-up. So comfortable with that, and tonight just hasn't been able to get to it.
In an offense, really, where normally Keita Bates-Diop gets a lot of touches. Ohio State with a 6-point edge, points in the paint. Rutgers will get another shot at it. 3 minutes to play. Remember, this is a Rutgers team, no wins on the road, but they've beaten the Seton Hall team that was ranked at the time. Chom again with the soft touch.
Right now, Ohio State guarding Chom with C.J. Jackson. Certainly has the size advantage. If Potter's going to come over, though, you cannot let Chom split through your trap. Have to be solid, have to wall up.
And for a Rutgers team who normally struggles in offense, they've made their last 5. A 12-0 run here for the Scarlet Knights. Jackson with a runner. Sanders chasing that one down.
He is so fast. We talked about earlier, Ohio State got off to the nice start, but a little sloppy here. Kind of a lost focus. Rutgers been able to turn them over, get some things going to the rim.
And that's what this Rutgers team can do. They can muddy things up. I mentioned their win against Seton Hall. They played Michigan State tough twice. Nearly beat a Purdue team at home. Here's Ohio State on the transition. Jackson again. Dockich had missed his last attempt. Won't try it there. Here's Jackson for 3. In a 9-week window. It is a Big Ten regular season schedule we've never seen before.
No, it really resembles almost an NBA schedule. You see some of these teams. We see Ohio State right here playing on 2 days rest. Rutgers playing on 3. Not an easy night, not an easy thing for these coaches or players to deal with.
We've seen Friday night games. We've seen Monday night games. We've had games on every day of the week. Williams, a little circus shot. And O'Leary with the putback.
Right now, Rutgers is just competing harder than Ohio State. They're making plays at the rim. They're a tougher team right now. Getting in the paint, Eugene Amaruyi takes that offensive rebound and goes right through Ohio State's defense.
A Rutgers team that is 3-13 in Big Ten play. Wins against Northwestern, Wisconsin, and Iowa. Illinois.
No, a disappointing loss for Nebraska last Sunday. They probably needed to have if they wanted to make the NCAA tournament.
Illinois, not the record that they want this year, but a tough team, a much improved team as well. Bates Diop, the long triple try. Rutgers started 5 of 20. They are 6 of 7 since.
You see Jayshawn Tate now guarding Issa Chom. So Chris Holtman has gotten a bigger defender on Chom, who's really made a living in the post thus far tonight.
Yeah, it's Chom who's been the trouble lately, not Sanders. He will take the 2 attempt, floating away. The little step back.
You let them get their heads up. And Rutgers a dangerous team. Michigan State can tell you, Purdue can tell you. There's a lot of teams in this conference that can tell you, you let these guys hang around, they can be a problem. They can really guard, they can really rebound. They start making some shots. They're a pretty good team.
Meanwhile, Ohio State, no points in the last 2. Keep Ohio State in the half court, which was one of their other goals. Bates Diop. Now 2 of 6 shooting in this half. Just
really important, though, right now for Rutgers to come out and get another good start. At Maryland, they got blitzed again in the second half with another 10-0 run, just like they started the game. Have to get some stops, have to make some shots early here.
Yeah, when Steve Peichel is talking about getting off to a good start, it's not just the beginning of the game. It's the first 5 minutes here of this second half. Pump fake for Williams, got it stripped away from Omaruri.
Rudy just took the ball from Cam Williams. Cam should have shot that initially. That was a great screen by Caleb Wesson. Chose to take it in amongst the trees there and loses the rock.
Well, he showed you Cam Williams' first half. He has all 3 of Ohio State's threes. There's the block from Tate. And Tate and Bates Diop combined a really quiet first half for the 2. You're talking about the first and second top scorers for Ohio State. Games you'll see here on BTN. Again, we have Indiana and Nebraska coming up after this one. At Senior Day, Ohio State honoring 4 seniors and graduates. Caleb Wesson, a little. He's had 6 straight games, double-digit minutes coming off the bench. Here tonight, here's Sanders. 4 of 9 shooting in the first half, 8 points to lead Rutgers. Tate trying to give Chom all kinds of trouble. Another deep shot clock situation for Rutgers. Omaruri's in trouble. Looking to turn on Bates Diop. He gets double teamed. The closeout. Omaruri's got to throw it up. They leave Jackson all alone. Who starts the second half for Ohio State? Bates Diop, they combined for 8 points, and they averaged this year just over 32. Rutgers with 0 field goals here to start. Sanders, a wild shot. Wesson gets a touch, the kick out again to Bates Diop.
Cato wasn't ready to shoot that. I think he thought Caleb Wesson was going to go take it himself. Not in a position to get that one up, and really he has some space outside the semicircle.
But it's unusual to see Cato to defer.
And it's hard also to be assertive, and I think his mentality sometimes is to not be the dominant player, but when you've missed a couple shots, to continue to be that guy. You see, like, dominant scores here. Kobe Bryant, it's not an issue. That dude is going to shoot regardless. But when you're a Cato Bates Diop, you're a little more laid back, you maybe don't have that mentality. He needs to keep playing and playing aggressively. He's so important to this Ohio State offense, but he has to do it even when he's not scoring at an efficient level.
You see Rutgers still without a bucket here to start this half. Ohio State, meanwhile, on an 8-0 run. They pushed it up to 40-27, and a much-needed bucket there.
Well, a much-needed bucket, but C.J. Jackson really gift wraps that for Corey Sanders. You're going to gamble. You cannot take yourself out of the play. And that's exactly what C.J. Jackson did. Sanders able to then get the wide-open 15-foot pull-up.
Sanders is the first in double figures here on the Rutgers side. Take from the wing. And they keep looking inside to Wesson.
Tough break for Ohio State.
Williams to Freeman. He hit a big three in the first half for Rutgers. This time the turnaround. Bates Diop got a piece.
Bates Diop really bothering Sean Freeman with his length. Really making him uncomfortable on that block.
That time he won't defer, but too strong. Into the hands of Keita Bates Diop, who will take it.
But Lisa, I love the take. You know, you miss the jumper, you go right back. He's so good driving the ball with his left hand. It's a good shot for him and for this Ohio State offense. Doesn't make it, but those are going to fall.
An 11-point edge. Freeman, probably not the shot that Rutgers wants.
No. I mean, you get memories of watching that and kind of wondering, are they going to pick him up anytime soon here? Are they going to guard the player of the year in the conference?
But you were watching that moment from where?
St. Vincent's Hospital. I just had my first ACL surgery. Didn't matter anyway. We lost to Minnesota by like 100. So we didn't make it to the championship. I just wanted Ohio State to lose because I wanted the easier path to win.
Oh, what an acrobatic shot and finish from C.J. Jackson. Jackson and the Buckeyes, as we showed you, in a race with Purdue and Michigan State. Not mathematically eliminated yet from a championship. Michigan State, by the way, going toe-to-toe with Illinois, getting all they can handle from the Fighting Illini. Michigan State only up by 6 right now.
Rutgers needs a basket here in the worst way. Haven't scored in almost 2 minutes. Really been a lot of dribbling on that perimeter. Not much or really anything going to the rim.
Danica into the game for the first time for Rutgers. Williams, a little heave-ho. Didn't have a choke.
Corey Sanders. Not a lot of guys that can really score the ball from the backcourt outside of those two. And Geo Baker's a guy that not only does he create for himself, but he creates for others. He can get other guys baskets. Get some of those big guys easy dump downs, easy buckets. And tonight they just really, especially in the second half, haven't been able to do that.
You're talking about the third leading scorer, and this about 11 points per game. About those minutes per game, Geo Baker has made a huge impact, even as a freshman. Tate with the hard take.
Jayshawn Tate doing a great job of just putting that head down, taking that basketball to the rim. Rutgers defense really porous right there. Too easy.
Jayshawn Tate, when he can get his motor going, one of the best in the country. Sanders missing a point-blank opportunity. Back the other way comes Ohio State, already on a 12-2 run. The rainbow shot.
There's not many guys that can get you a bucket in the backcourt for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, Ohio State had kind of neglected some D in the last 2 losses. Gave up 79 to Penn State, 74 to Michigan. Before those last 2 losses, they went 4 straight, holding opponents to under 70 points.
And part of that is look who they're playing. I mean, Penn State has an incredibly talented roster. You look at Tony Carr, Mike Watkins, Lamar Stevens, guys that can really score the ball. And then Michigan, obviously, they one of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference. Lots of players on that roster that can hurt you. You had Jayshawn Tate.
Bates Diop just doesn't look sure about some of the decisions. Here's Tate out to Bates Diop, who will take a triple try, in and out.
NCAA tournament-wise, a team in Michigan that's not only your rival, but also trying to better their NCAA tournament seed. We see C.J. Jackson get to that right-hand floater again. Rutgers just has no answer for Ohio State's offense at this point in the game.
Sanders again coming up empty-handed. Bates Diop was calling for it on the block. Here's a paint touch. We haven't seen many, but he makes good on that opportunity.
He gets the ball in that space and is allowed to operate. He's such a tough cover. Uses his size, uses his length.
Couple of 10-0 runs and an 18-2 run for Ohio State. There they use CPR and they use an automated external defibrillator that they had on site, and it literally saved his life. Now Kai is unable to play basketball ever again. Graduate night as well. Keita Bates Diop. Jackson with the pump fake into the corner for Jallo. We have seen Musa Jallo hit not one, but 2 or 3 in a very important game against Purdue lately.
What a big moment as a freshman.
19 points over 3 games before the Michigan game. Before that, he had been scoreless in 9 straight. And 9 to shoot. Sa will take it and drill it.
Dito Sa showing off the range there. Seen him make shots out to 15 feet, but stepped into that thing confident just inside the arc. A lot of youth on this Rutgers team. You're really trying to build something here. You built your culture defensively. You've really done a good job. They really guard. Just have to get some guys that can score the basketball, have some of that skill set.
Jackson pump fake in for 2.
Well, C.J. Jackson's second half continues to go as well as about he could want. He's now 6 of 7. Really had a nice second half.
And he's leading all scorers, represented by this card. So who would have guessed Jackson would be your leading scorer for Ohio State with 15, followed by Williams with 11 and Wesson with 10.
You look at Keita Bates-Diop's minutes. He really has logged a ton, and he's had to do so much for this team. You just think maybe Chris Holman finds these last 10 to get him some rest.
Here's my guess. So they keep this lead up. He's going to put him in so then he can take him out.
Good call. Good call. Forgot about the senior night aspect of it, but all right, put him in for 1 possession. Let him take his last shot. Bring him out. I'm for that.
The final week of the regular season here on the men's side. Ohio State a 22-7 overall record, sitting at 13-3. With eyes again on that Illinois-Michigan State game also taking place. Michigan State now has stretched it out to about a 12-point advantage. All kinds of scenarios still in play in these final 2 games as Chom gets the 2.
Really a nice physical play there by Issa Chom. Gets the steal. Really uses the contact with Musa Jallo. Just kind of ride him down the court. Grinds it out. Gets to the rim. Strong take.
So Ohio State still mathematically in play to win a championship. They got to win their game here tonight against Rutgers, in the final game against Indiana as Caleb Wesson gets the 2.
Hey, Chris Holman just kind of shook his head because that pass probably not Andrew Dockett's best, but it's been that kind of night. Kind of bounces to Caleb Wesson, who gets a wide open layup.
There's the finish from Sa. Isn't that one of the values, though, of an Andrew Dockett this year? He's kept everyone kind of loose. Also brought some veteran leadership here to this team. They weren't quite sure how many minutes they'd get out of him, a graduate transfer out of Michigan. Wesson again goes back-to-back.
I think in Andrew Dockett, you knew he was going to bring experience. He's been on teams in the Big Ten that have won. He's been through it. He understands what it takes to win at this level. So bringing him in is a no-brainer. Now, I think if you ask Chris Holman, do you think he'd perform at the level that he has? I'm not sure if he'd tell you yes, but he really has done a great job of staying with it, being a good player for this Ohio State.
2:37. Jallo at the free throw line in the second half.
Ohio State at the interior of this half.
Part of a Rocket Mortgage, playing with confidence. Jackson leading all scorers with the 15. Turned right into the double.
But honestly, he's come back and gave good minutes at Maryland. 7 points, 10 rebounds. Sometimes I think just kind of takes some shots that isn't in the best interest of Rutgers' offense. And it's hard, though. You go through some lulls where you can't score, can't get a good shot. We see Andre Wesson knock down the corner 3. It can be tough. You're trying to make something happen. You're trying to help your team win. He's learned a hard lesson, though.
Yeah, I think he's trying to figure out, too, where does he fit in offensively and defensively here, too. Freeman with the take.
And sometimes you see seniors on these teams where the season is kind of gone in a way that's gone south. And coaches can start thinking, let's start working towards the future. It can be hard as a senior because your time is limited. So credit him for staying with it. Really been a team guy.
Joined brings a senior class with Mike Williams. One of the other captains. There's Tate for three. Might see some of this point total rise up a little bit for some of these seniors.
It's time to get them up. This is your last time here in Value City Arena. I know as a player, you're thinking, gotta get my numbers up here. Senior night.
Well, Tate's flirting with a double-double. 9 points, 9 rebounds. Freeman again. And a rebound for Bates Diop. Well, Tate thought about it. Tayshaun Tate, one of the great motor players in the conference. Bates Diop spun right
into the middle of the floor, showing 2, 3, and 4 guys at a time, not allowing him to see any open space to the rim.
Bates Diop, 17 points in the last game against Michigan, but he had to put up a bunch of shots. 5 of 17 shooting in that game. Tonight, he's 3 of 10 for 6 points. Core for 2. That was a deep 2.
He's a guy that we've seen throughout the season show off his range as well. He can knock down the 15-footer. I think Steve Peichel thinks very highly of Mamadou Ducour. He's had some foul issues. Just a freshman, still very young. Lots to like about a lot of these freshmen. Eugene Amaruyi, Mamadou Ducour, Gio Baker. Certainly the foundations have been laid.
This is a Rutgers team that's scrappy. There's that mid-range jumper from Bates Diop. Tipped away, Ohio State gets it right back.
Andre Weston's been giving them good minutes. He was really good at Michigan. At 8 points, made every shot he took, 3 of 3.
And it's Jackson rattling it around and home.
C.J. Jackson continues to light the nets on fire here. You notice with Bates Diop, just everything's short. He looks a little fatigued, those legs a little tired. Has not been able to get in the rhythm tonight.
And you have to wonder if the season kind of has taken a toll on him. Mentioned he's having...
And Ohio State kind of laid that foundation a little bit where, hey, we're going to let Isaac Hodge play one-on-one straight up. They did a good job with that at Purdue, and really, you've seen teams from that game on, they've stayed with it.
Has Bates Diop, in your mind, already done enough to get player of the year? Williams for 3. No, that was a 2. They call it a 2.
To me, yes, because I look at what this Ohio State team has done, and I think you're picked 11 to start the league. You've surprised everybody. You're in second place. You've had a great season. He's been a huge part of that, and to me, 2 or 3 games at the end of the year does not change that.
Of course, all hypothetical. The only thing that had been decided on that graphic is Maryland has locked in the 8th seed. And everything else yet still to be decided here in the final week of the regular season. Tate to Bates Diop. Up was Buck. So maybe it makes sense that he ends up being a Buckeye here to close out his career.
It's meant to be.
MVP chance. Few things can top that kind of last ovation that you get on your home court.
No question. I mean, as a player, you always kind of dream of being able to walk off on senior night, winning your last game in your home arena. Bates Diop was to do that. Like you said, Lisa, what better way than getting the Kobe Bryant-like ovations of MVP in your own stadium.
Williams had some 3s in him here on senior night. The last 2 minutes to play here in Columbus. An Ohio State team that has overachieved in terms of expectations this preseason, and Chris Holtman will be the first to point towards these 4 players, your seniors and your graduates being honored today.
obviously, those four guys have done a really good job, but the thing that stands out to me about this team is that they look like they really enjoy playing with one another. And that's a special deal, because not all college teams are like that. There's a lot of situations where a lot of guys don't like each other. So to see them kind of play together in the way that they've improved has really been very cool.
Chris Holtman was hired on June of 2017. And in his first meeting, he made a point of pulling aside and telling those four players, this is not a throwaway year because I'm a new coach. This year means as much to me to have a good year for you guys.
And he clearly set the tone on day one. And he's built a program here. He's got really a nice freshman class here. See Kyle Young, Musa Jallo, guys that are going to be contributors for Ohio State going forward.
It's go time.
Yes, it is. Joey Lane.
Joey Lang's going to get his shots up and his points down. Give Lang a little rebound, too. Another three from the corner. That time it's leaving. It's walk-on city. Danica for three.